Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Concert Junkies, Rob and John. Oh, yeah.
And we're live. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Hi, we're UndeFeated. I am Meredith.
I'm Christian.
And I'm Lise.
So I'm going to ask the boring question first. How did you get the name of the band? I know you hear it all the time.
Yes, we're UndeFeated. I play guitar and I'm the lead vocalist. And then Christian here is the drummer, and then Lise is the bass.
How did we get our name? UndeFeated.
Oh, how did we get our name? I
Yes.
thought you said who. Sorry. This is a funny story because Christian hates when I tell it.
And I still don't believe this is the way that it happened.
But my mom and I were driving around, and Christian and I had decided to start a band. And so we were just thinking of names, trying to figure out what we wanted to name it. We had a couple in the running. I don't remember what they were. I wish I could. But we were listening to the song UndeFeated by KB. And my mom said, "Hey, what about UndeFeated?" I'm like, better than nothing. And it stuck years later, still undefeated.
So here comes the hard question. Here I ask it every episode, and I know everybody's going to be tired of it at some point, but I don't care. What do you want to leave as your legacy as a person, music aside?
That is a good one. I always want people to feel that they were included and a part of something.
Yeah, welcome.
And
Welcome to be themselves.
Yep. I think we're all pretty much in agreement
Yeah.
on that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have anything to add to that. Yeah, I like that. I like that answer a lot.
You're perfect the way you are.
So here's the fun question here. And Freaky Friday scenario. Who from your band members do you not want to be for 24 hours?
That's where you swap like bodies, right?
Yes.
Hmm.
They clearly both want to be me.
I don't want to be Christian because I've never experienced being a man, which sounds
She will
weird.
experience true. No, I'm just messing.
But I think because being Lise, we're basically the same, kinda. So I would choose Christian.
Okay, so now here's the real question: who would Christian choose?
Yeah, you just get girls.
Yeah, I know.
I'm the
I don't know
better
which one though.
I'm the better one.
Both of them are blind. I don't need to wear glasses, so that's kind of
That is true.
okay.
I would love to be able to wake up and just see what is that like.
Maybe I want to be Meredith because Meredith's a little bit shorter than Lisa's. Maybe experience some shortness. Yeah, no, Meredith has some. You have like problems with your immune system, don't you?
Yeah.
So yeah, I want to be Lise. Blonde
Yes.
hair, banging on the bass. Yeah, I'll be
Do you
Lise.
see blondes have more fun?
That is true. I'm just offended nobody chose me. Who would you be?
Oh, Christian.
Christian?
Yeah.
I'm offended now. This is gonna be a talk.
Yeah, that question's all in fun. So when was that moment that you're like, we need to start a band?
So I was part of a church youth group that didn't really have a lot of room for anybody except for the important people's daughters, like doctors' kids, lawyers' kids, etc. And I loved music so much, and I was natural at it at that age. I think I was 12, and just every door I tried, I was shut out of or like taken into back rooms and spoken to, which is a whole story in and of itself. But as a 12, 13-year-old, that's nothing you want to experience when like, that shouldn't have been something that was happening. And that youth group had a Massachusetts and I believe where was not Canada. Yeah, maybe Canadian, something like that. Anyways, had a band come down, and that youth group opened a couple songs in front of that band, and their electric guitarist dropped out suddenly, and they called me up. And so I was thrown in a couple practices to just play a couple songs on electric guitar, which I had never touched before. I was playing acoustic primarily, yellow brick road chords, E minor, C, and G. But the promoter for the Massachusetts Festival watched me up there, just a little background vocals and playing, and came up to my mom and I afterwards and said, I feel like I'm supposed to encourage you. So he invited us up to his festival in Massachusetts. And we kind of thought the worst thing that could happen was we didn't go again. My parents are huge 80s rockers, so have been in the music way for a while. And we drove up. I played 2 songs. I opened the entire festival acoustically. The closer of the whole festival is Michael Sweet from Striper. So it's really fun to say I kind of opened for him my first show. And everybody there at the festival, there was rock, there was rap, there was reggae, there was heavy metal.
A whole bunch of genres.
Any genre you can think of was at that festival. And I remember a literal physical click and realizing that this was what I was supposed to do for the rest of my life. And everybody there was like me. And I felt like I belonged somewhere. And so on the way home, Christian had gone with us. I said, hey, you want to start a festival or want to start a band? And he said,
yes.
So we played acoustically for a while, just word of mouth shows. And then about 3 or 4 years ago, Lise joined us. And that's when we decided we really wanted to do this for the rest of our lives and started acting. We started like doing it as a business versus just word of mouth and fun. And yeah, 4 years later, we've traveled a lot and done a lot, which is very cool.
So when this all started, did you know that you were going to be playing festivals and other things, or was that just a pipe dream?
I had no idea what to expect. We weren't raised around a ton of huge shows and huge events. We're from a very small area. And I knew I wanted to play music. I had no idea what it would look like. So at that time, I had no concept of what big events looked like, bigger events. And even now we'll play shows. We're like, that was awesome. And we're always looking for the next step, working towards the next thing, putting in the legwork to continue to grow, because we never want to be at the same place we were a year from now, even a couple of weeks from now. We always want to be ahead of where we were.
Yeah, for me, personally, I never didn't necessarily know like music festivals were a thing. I knew that like a bunch of people would like gather for like big artists, but I didn't know like a bunch of artists would go like for one day, and you have like 15 different artists at like a huge festival. So when I figured out that like you could do something along those lines, that was like,
whoa.
Yeah, it was inspiring, to be honest. It was definitely inspiring. Trying to get to that level, and we're now starting to play some of those, which is really cool, and continually growing is just the next step forward.
You actually have a big one coming up in September. I believe
Yes.
it's September 25th and no, wait a minute, it's the 26th or 27th.
I think it's the 26th and 27th. Don't quote me. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
I'm going to pull it up because I'm going to be there, and I just for my own record.
Yeah, we're excited. That's Brewstock in North Carolina. That is our first time playing in North Carolina. So very excited.
I will be there, media.
Awesome.
Yeah, it is the 26th and 27th of September. I knew I had it written down somewhere. I'm a little bit of everywhere these days. So do you know if you're playing on Friday or Saturday?
We're playing Saturday.
You're playing Saturday?
Not sure of the time yet. They haven't released like the set schedule. But yeah.
I will be there for both days.
Cool.
Sweet.
Cool.
So as a collective, as a band, I'm going to ask you if you could build your own festival, 3-day festival. First day is female fronted. Second day is national. Third day is regional. Who are your top 5?
Top 5. So my top 5 female would probably be Spirit Box.
Okay.
I like them a lot. Honestly, Haley Williams. I like Haley Williams. Paramore. Yeah, Paramore. Alice Merton from Roots. She's more like funky. I like some of that stuff. Probably do Hailstorm. I like some of their stuff. Hailstorm's pretty good. And let's see, to top it all off. Yeah, I gotta think. Probably the Pretty Wild. They're heavy. I like them a lot. Yeah, they're good.
That is cool. I love Lacey Sturm from Flyleaf. Either Flyleaf or her solo stuff. I love, love, love. And a lot of what he said. Taylor Acorn, I've been loving lately. For National, I have always wanted to play a festival with Nickelback and or Wage War.
I do like Nickelback for National. That's nice.
Yeah, I think those are some of my.
Everybody knows I'm with you with Wage War. Nickelback is definitely no go on this end.
It's a love-hate thing for sure.
It's definitely a love-hate thing, yeah.
For sure. I'm trying to think. There are some fun ones.
I would do like I Prevail or
I
like
Prevail's
The
cool.
Architect.
They just lost their singer though, so
Yeah, I'm so sad.
Architects would be cool.
Architects would be cool.
They've
yeah.
gotten me, both of them have gotten me into the Architects a little bit. Regionally, we have When We Were 30. They are a pop punk cover band, which is so fun. We've done a couple shows with them. The Season is also fun. We haven't played with them in a while, but they're releasing some new music here soon.
Yeah.
And I don't know about 5 artists per day, but I think that about wraps it up.
Okay. And where would you put yourself?
Well, I think we'd kind of fit the female fronted, right?
I mean, yeah, but we could start you there and then hopefully
Yeah.
National.
That's true. That is very true. I think another thing is, yeah, when you're planning the festival, I guess you get to put yourself wherever you want.
So how does the writing process start with you guys? Is it skeletoned or is it more of music first and then lyrics, or lyrics first, then music?
Back and forth. So I primarily do the main writing of the music. I will have lyrics that I want to put into a song, or I'll have a melody in my head that I'll just write up with acoustic guitar. A little bit of rhythm, if I have a specific idea about if I want this to be this vibe or this vibe, and then I take it to Christian.
And then I will make it a little bit heavier, typically.
He'll be like, nothing with the folk. He's like, why did you do that?
And then I'll add the drums in there. Make it like go for kind of like the style that we're aiming for, pop or rock or metal, whatever we're aiming
Whatever
for.
that song
Yeah,
is.
throw some screams in there, make it a nice kind of rounded song. And then it always changes when we get into the studio as well. We have different ideas. We have things that like didn't pan out that we would like love to have in our song, but like it just doesn't fit. So like we have like a good bones and meat when we get into the studio, but then we actually get like all the
Multi-tracks,
Yeah.
layered.
Yeah.
And whenever you layer multiple guitars, it changes.
Yeah, that
everything all at
synths,
once.
different sounds. It definitely changes when we get to the studio.
Yeah.
Because having a 3-piece
Yeah.
sounds really bare when you're just writing music, but then when you add in
The
everything else
bells
to
and
back up,
whistles.
yeah, it sounds
Yeah.
completely different and actually much better.
You kind of flow. She flows in and out depending on the studio, depending on the writing. We always have ideas, so she'll play something and how about this? Let's tweak it. How about this? Oh, that's perfect. Leave it there. And the bits and pieces just fit in.
Do you ever record at home?
We've tried. That does not pan out very well. I
No?
have done a drum covers that
Those are really good.
that
Yeah.
sound fairly decent, but nothing to the caliber at which we need it to be at this point.
Yeah, to release on a platform under the band name. Most likely we will not be doing that ourselves.
We've gone down that route.
Yep, we've tried.
So you're not good with Reaper or Logic or any of that?
I'm well versed in Logic. I know like we can get a good demo. Like if I really had to do something, we could get a good demo, but it's not.
We lack equipment.
We
and
lack equipment.
mixing knowledge.
Mixing knowledge is
Yeah.
huge. Yeah. Going to a studio really enhances our sound, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. At this moment, what was the hardest song you ever put out? Emotionally, not
Oh, emotionally.
that you didn't know if it was going to be good or bad or how it was going to be received.
Huh. That's a good question.
So me personally, I think it'd be insane. We released that probably a year ago at this point, I think, and that one was definitely interesting. It wasn't necessarily anything that we've done before. It kind of like, it's hard to describe because it definitely had that undefeated sound to it, but it wasn't anything that like we've previously done. There's just multiple different things that we added to that. We added more bells in there. It's kind of like a
Swing.
sort of. It's hard to describe. It's kind of like dark and moody, and we're not really dark and
Moody. Yeah.
So
If you want to listen to it, check it out.
yeah.
Insane, Undefeated, Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you listen to it.
So I didn't necessarily know how like our audience would necessarily take that song, but it came out really well. So I was happy with it.
I do love that song. I'm going to take this just a little bit differently because all the songs we put out, there's songs I'll listen to now that I wish weren't out there, but I also love when I go way back in an artist's catalog and hear where they started to where they are now. It's the only reason I leave some of those songs up. But this next one that we are releasing, can I say the name?
Sure.
Enough is that one I'm curious to see because it's a ballad, which is very cool. But the song after it is the heaviest song we have ever written. So to release a pop song just the way it is, that one's a fun one too. Go check that one out. We tried a couple new things with that. So to try multiple new tracks in a row makes me slightly nervous.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit scary.
Yeah.
Okay, well, speaking of that song, how did you get all those balloons that color?
For those of you who don't know, if you watch the YouTube music video, Just the Way It Is, Undefeated, we have a room full of 700 balloons. And we bought a balloon machine. Thank God. We could not have blown those up by ourselves. But it took 6 to 7 hours. Over 2 days, we filled the room.
I'm guessing there was a lot of Amazon boxes.
It kind of was. It was just so funny. You look at that room, and I would never in a million years think, oh man, I needed more balloons. But sure enough, we needed more balloons. So we went out to Walmart and grabbed a few more because they would just pop in the middle of the night. Or when you're like dancing in them, so many would pop at once that by the third day, there was a lot less. And it was very creepy. We were staying in a house that wasn't our own, that we weren't used to. So to just wake up in the middle of the night to hear a balloon popping from another room, like multiple, that was a little nerve-wracking. By the third night, you slept through it. But the first couple were strange.
Did you have them paint the walls that color, or how did that work?
No, we actually found it like that. We had Meredith looked up multiple different Airbnbs that we could have rented out. And I took one look at that and I was like, I like that one. And so we had 2 or 3 kind of that were our main focus, but we ended up choosing that one just because of the wall color. It was actually their living room, so they had like a whole bunch of furniture and like a TV and other things in there. And we actually moved everything out of there. We were like kind of living around furniture. Like there was furniture in the bedrooms, there was furniture in the kitchen.
There was a couch you had to like step over.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. The people that were renting it to us though were
super cool about doing that.
Yeah, they were fine, I guess. Which was really cool to see. But yeah, it was definitely I think the walls definitely played a huge part in that music video just because it worked so well with the colors that we chose. And yeah, it was kind of like a stroke of luck, to be honest with you, to even find that place.
I had 2 or 3 options, and there was one that I really, really wanted to do. And both Christian, the videographer, really wanted that blue one. And it was very, very bright in the photos. It doesn't look as bright on camera. And I was like, guys, I do not want that. I do not think it will look good. And sure enough, that's what we went with. And it turned out perfect.
It's perfect.
Then you have a music video for Cage, and then Where Were You? My question for Where Were You?
Where Are You?
Yeah, Where Are You? Is it more of a biblical song, or is it?
It definitely is. We're all believers, which if you aren't, cool. If you are, so are we. And that song was so we had an original 5 songs that we released, and that is one of them. And that was just about thinking you're alone, walking through all these valleys and hills and up and down, and just as life is, and realizing that even though you felt alone, maybe you weren't alone that whole time. There's a story about walking in the sand, and there's only one set of footprints, and a man asking God, like, why do I feel like I'm alone here? I only see one set of footprints. And it was then when God carried you instead of you walking. So it's a song written around that story.
Oh, okay. Well, this kind of ties into that, but Last Supper scenario here.
Okay.
Who are your 12 disciples? No family members. They have to be cartoons or band or musicians or TV show people. You have to have one female present. And what are you serving?
What kind of people do you want there? I don't know. My favorite TV show is Friends. So I'm all of them.
Okay.
I'm going to throw Ronnie Radke in there just because. He feels like someone that you need in the group.
He would keep things interesting.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I'm serving tacos. I love tacos.
Ooh, tacos. I'm definitely serving a surf and turf.
Yeah.
Shrimp,
Okay,
lobster, and steak.
I can get behind that.
Maybe some clams. Ooh.
Ew.
So good. Okay, so we have what? Joey, Chandler, Monica. Phoebe. Why would you want Monica, Phoebe, or Rachel in there? Like, for what reason?
No, Phoebe I'm okay with, but Monica and Rachel.
Yeah.
I love Phoebe. I like Joey.
Phoebe.
I like Joey.
No, not Joey, the other guy.
So we have like 4 disciples right now.
Ross.
Okay. Oh,
Can
and then
we
we
keep
have
it
Ronnie Radke.
And then we have Ronnie.
That seems like an interesting bunch. What is that? 7? 6 or 7? Sam and Dean. We
Sam
said.
and Dean.
Okay, that's from
Sam and Dean
Supernatural.
from Supernatural.
They'd keep us safe.
Maybe 1 or 2 more musicians, guys. Come on.
Musicians.
Eric from My Prevail.
Eric from
Just
Prevail.
Eric.
I don't know what his last name is.
Okay.
So his name's Eric.
Tanya O'Callahan. It's one of her favorite bassists.
Yeah, I'll let her in there.
I don't know what we're up to. One more.
We gotta think of someone really out of pocket. And it's gonna be a cartoon though. This time.
Oh, I was gonna say
Tom and Jerry. You know
the
what?
president.
They can't speak though.
I'm gonna say Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay.
He'll be the chef. Yeah, Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon
Put Gordon
Ramsay.
Ramsay in there. Yeah.
Okay. So that's
That's
it.
our 12.
There you go.
Okay.
That's one of the best questions ever.
That's a great. We just. That's an interesting 12 people.
So let's go on another side here. You have a box full of everything you've lost. What are you searching for first?
Drum keys. No, I'm just messing.
When I was 8 or 9, my mom got me a matching gold bracelet and a gold ring that had a tiny little turquoise stone on it. And I wore that to school every single day. Every single day. And we were playing on the playground and I lost that ring in the stones. And I searched for it for days and days and days. I still have the bracelet, but I'm still sad about that ring. So that's what I would look for first.
I don't lose that many things. The one
His
thing
wallet?
I do,
His
you
wallet?
messed up. You
15
messed up my
times?
punchline.
Oh, sorry.
You messed it up.
Sorry. Go ahead. Pretend I didn't say that.
I don't lose many things, but the one thing I continuously lose is my wallet. So I'd be searching for that because that's probably stuck in there somewhere. Oh, you ruined it. Okay. Lise, what are you searching for?
I'm sorry, but not sorry. I have to.
Emotional damn.
That's perfect. Oh,
That is so funny. That was perfect.
I love him.
Oh my goodness. My other brother quotes that all the time.
So
All
funny.
right, what would you search for? I don't like lose different things except for jewelry. I lose
Jewelry.
a ton of jewelry. I had an earring that was like a little hoop, and I had two of them, and I lost both of them. I don't know where they went. I put them on my dresser. I have like a little dish I put all my jewelry in. I don't know where it went. So I would definitely be looking for that.
It's jewelry. All right. Well,
I love my
Wallets and
earrings.
jewelry.
Yeah.
So, what would you be doing if you weren't playing music at all? I know we all have 9-to-5 jobs or whatever to whatever jobs.
I would be dead. I literally cannot imagine my life without music. We have thought about it before and realized I would literally shrivel up. I could not. I don't think I could survive if I wasn't doing something in music or doing what we are doing.
music is the heart and soul of us. And if I had so I do landscaping every now and again. Not fun. But hold on, I gotta move closer. I lost my train of thought. It would not be fun. It would not be a pleasant life to be lived.
I love crafting, so I think if I had to, I would love to do the old-fashioned like tapestries on walls.
I'd probably get into something weird and obscure, like forging.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Something like that, yeah. 100%.
We are going to a knife forging class.
He said no knives though, so it's like a fire poker.
It's like barbecue.
You can do like barbecue utensils. He had some cool thing. He had like a maple
Or a
leaf hook thing, which looked kind of cool. It'll be interesting. We'll vlog it. You gotta go check out our vlog channel, UndeFeated
Vlog.
Vlogs.
Yeah.
So creative.
What about you, Lise? What'd you be doing?
Probably dancing. I do ballet. Well, not anymore, but I used to. Before I joined the band, and that was kind of before I joined the band. I wanted to be like a traveling ballerina and just like dance all the time as my job. But then I joined the band, and so I quit ballet. So if I wasn't doing the band, I'd obviously probably do ballet.
But you could add that to your show, though.
She does.
We do.
Actually.
Not really.
I mean,
She does classical ballet.
She refuses to add it in when we ask her to.
It's weird. It's like classical ballet.
Throw in a
heavy
twirl.
metal.
Throw in a little jump.
I do spin.
I mean, it could work, you know.
Yeah, but if a ballet teacher ever saw me, they'd be like, "Yeah, Rob Foster, your foot's turned in."
Doesn't matter.
Arabesque.
I hope not.
Wear a tutu or something. I mean, it'd work.
Those things aren't very comfortable.
I know they're not, but
I have experience.
I do actually, but whatever. I mean, I hope it doesn't get leaked, but there is a picture of me wearing one once.
You have to, now that you said that, you have to explain the scenario around this.
The intake of breath.
Just say it was somebody's birthday party, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
That tracks.
Yeah.
It was a
Makes
green
sense.
one.
At least it's green and not pink.
At least it's green.
I mean, I've done weirder things for the plot, so it's fine. To be honest, yeah.
The only human.
If there's no pictures or video of it, it didn't happen. So that's how I feel.
There you go.
I mean, me growing up, there wasn't camera phones and stuff like that, so I'm good. Only disposable cameras.
I loved those when I was a kid.
I don't think I ever had one.
What do you know what they are?
A disposable camera?
Yeah.
So you can only take like 20 photos or something like that.
And then you just throw it out?
throw the camera out.
No,
How'd you
you
get the
take.
photo?
You went to a store and they developed them for you, or you can still do it at CVS or Walgreens or whatever. They send it out and it gets developed there. They used to have
Cool.
black and white. They used to have black and white cameras too that were disposable.
Cool.
You take your 20 pictures and then you had to wait to see if any of them came out good or you had any surprises. Yeah, the surprises were fun.
I believe it.
You don't leave your disposable camera laying around anywhere.
I used to take mine to I did like a weekly camp every year.
Yeah.
And I would just take like of my cabin mates or the things we were
Yeah.
doing. There were some good ones in there. I think I still have them somewhere.
Yeah, sometimes you found some random stuff that you didn't really want to see ever.
Yeah.
So out of all three of you, which one is always late?
Always late?
Yeah, for sound check or
I don't think any of us are really late. We have a group chat and I put all in where to be and when and at what time.
We travel a lot together, so
Yeah. We all are moving to get there.
If anything, it would be Meredith. Just
I was gonna say I think it'd be Meredith.
just because she always takes time to do her hair,
do her makeup,
and image is 100% very important. So like
This is only for stage.
I get it, yeah, but you'll cut it close quite often.
I don't think so.
So which one is the middle child?
Actually, there's 6 of us. So there's just 3 in the band. I'm 1,
okay.
2, and then there's a boy, 3.
Technically, she'd be a middle child. Then. Yeah.
She's 4, and then there's 2 boys.
2 more.
2, younger ones. Of the band, Christian's the middle, but of the family, he's one of the oldest, so he never acts like one of the middle. Lisa's the middle child through and through.
I should start acting like a middle child.
Please do not.
What does a middle child act like?
You're great as a middle child. Can you imagine Christian being a middle child?
What is a middle child supposed to act like?
I guess think like me.
Like crazy? I don't know.
No, you like.
I've heard like the middle child syndrome or whatever, but I don't know what it means.
I mean, this is the best way to explain to it, but
Say what?
that's the middle child.
I gotcha.
I mean,
That's something Lisa would do.
That doesn't kind of
That tracks.
I mean,
That's
if you have to break it down,
Yeah, I think you definitely said that, which is even funnier.
I probably did.
That or you can technically Lisa's the middle child from The Simpsons, so
there you go.
I'm pretty sure. I think
I've never watched it. I'm not sure.
I've seen
pretty sure. So what shows do you have coming up?
So our lineup actually just dropped for July and August, and you can find that on any social media platform. That's a lie. You can find it on Facebook and Instagram under undefeated_official. It's pinned to the top of both of those. We're playing a lot in New York in July, and then in August is when we start heavy traveling. So we'll be in Minnesota, Wisconsin. Where else? We'll be in Kansas. We'll be in Illinois will be in, I can't even remember. Just go check it out. Our next one's this weekend. I'm not sure when this will come out. Because I know you
It's
said
live right now.
I was gonna say I know you said it was live, but I didn't know when you were
right now.
sharing it to different things. Our next this weekend we are in Ohio and Indiana, and then next weekend we'll be in New York and Ohio. All the details, all the details are on our social media pages, which are all under undefeated_official.
So, what is your gas station snack?
We actually don't eat a lot of gas station food, only because when we do, we always feel like crap. And we have seen a lot of bands end up gaining, not like gaining weight, but like not feeling healthy, not being prepared for your show because you're just like out of breath and stuff just because of how you eat. Yeah, you feel sluggish, you feel tired. So we pack a lot of our food. We'll hit grocery stores. Shout out to Aldi's. They're amazing. We typically aim for more healthier options, beef jerky, yogurt, apples. We aim for a lot of sandwiches. Yeah, fruit especially. So we don't like. So when we stop at the gas station, it'd be gas because our van takes a lot of it.
But I feel like if we were gonna buy snacks in like a gas station, I think it'd be like chips or something.
Chips, chocolate for me.
I do love chips.
I know. I just feel like if we're at a gas station, I don't know, I feel like we just buy chips.
I just never have chips on the road. It's just rare. But when you do,
potato chips.
It's nice.
A lot of venues love potato chips, and he loves potato chips. Because we also stock up, not stock, but in our contract we have different meals and whatever, so we're always able to get some good meals still on the road to keep this guy fed.
So if you could send a message to all your fans, what would that be?
We love you.
That is true. We're so grateful. Yeah, we're so grateful for everything, in the last couple of years up till now. Just the most incredible support, incredible people, kind words all the time. We have a lot of fans that bring us cookies and things like that, which we love. And just thank you for being who you are and being you and giving 3 people from upstate New York a chance.
So at this time, I'm going to give you an opportunity to shout anybody out that you want and promote anything. I mean, you just promoted some of your tour, but if there's anything else you forgot about. We
did just have a song come out. I know we talked about it earlier, but that is Just the Way It Is. It's a fun summer song on YouTube under Undefeated Official, Just the Way It Is. If you want to see what a room full of 700 balloons looks like, and we filled it up about 6 hours and popped them all in about 5 minutes. So definitely go check that out. Tell us, comment on the video that you came from this interview. And yeah, anything else, you guys?
Your electric guitar.
Oh, we can. One of our sponsors, who was wonderful, just built me a custom guitar that I named Joy, and it is a beautiful, beautiful sounding guitar, a beautiful looking guitar.
It is amazing.
Actually, you want to grab it right now?
I can.
That is Chaos Guitars. If you're looking for any sort of custom builds or a guitar in general, definitely check him out. He's from Pennsylvania. This is, oh, there's a strap in the way. This is the beauty. One of my favorites, but definitely Dave at Chaos Guitars. Wonderful human being, wonderful workmanship. And check it out if you're in the market.
You can find all of our social media under undefeated_official. We promote new show. We promote new shows, different artists, and we also just did a whole new merch drop. So please go check us out at undefeated_official. We do some funny videos, interactive, and
we would love to meet a new audience.
Heck yeah.
So before I let you guys go, just a reminder, this is on Facebook, Concert Junkies Rob and John, YouTube, Concert Junkies Rob and John, and Twitch is just Concert Rob because it would not let me finish what I was saying. I don't underscore. Sorry, guys. Please follow them on every platform. Please follow me on every platform. And I do have new merch coming out. It's out, but it's not in hand yet. So if you want that, message me. And I will be seeing you guys in September. I believe I'll be there both days.
Heck yeah.
So hopefully we'll be able to do this in person again in a couple weeks. And I will see everybody else in hopefully a couple days or so. If not, just watch the shorts.
Love that.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for having us.